I don't think that most people quit on their goals because they're lazy. I think that a lot of people quit on their goals because they've chosen goals that don't fit with the season that they're in their life. When I was a kid, my mom would not let me quit anything. If I started it, I had to complete it. That's why I took 8 years of piano and hardly couldn't play anything by the time I finally got her to let me quit. But there was this one time that I was in high school, early high school, that I tried out for the basketball team. Let me tell you what, I'm 5'3", and I am one of the most unathletic people that you will ever meet. Like, I have a hard time walking and chewing gum. Maybe not quite, but I am horribly unathletic, and I'm the first to admit it. But when you're 13 or 14, you think, hey, everybody else is playing basketball, I should too. So I try out and I make the team, which obviously they must have let everybody on. And I hate it. I'm not kidding you. I hate it. I hated everybody being like in my face. I hated the aggressiveness of it. I didn't understand any of the fundamentals of it. Honestly, I was the kind of girl, and still am, that I want to wear heels and paint my nails. I appreciate people who are athletic. My kids are athletic. It's fantastic, and I loved it, but I don't know where they got it from. Anyway, so I hated it. I think I've made that clear. But my mom would not let me quit. Now, I understand that my mom was just trying to teach me integrity, stick-to-itiveness, all of the things. But I guess I probably didn't let her know how bad I hated it and how horrible it was and how it just was not a good situation. But not being able or allowed to quit anything as a kid set up this thing in me, this thought in me where whatever I take on, I have to always do. I can never quit anything. And that has meant doing more and more and letting things pile up on top of each other, because quitting equates failure. Quitters never prosper. And I have had to unlearn that, because a lot of the things that we choose in life to do, or these goals that we have, they don't really fit us or the season that we are in our life anymore, or at all. Just like me trying to play basketball. I should have never even taken that on. But I think a lot of times, a lot of our goals and a lot of our resolutions, or a lot of our things that we think we have to do in life, are because of others. We have this comparison. Well, they're doing it, so I should do that, even when it's completely 100% out of alignment with us. And so I think that a lot of times that we pick goals, we pick projects, we pick lives almost that we have no capacity for. And yet, when we want to change it or we want to quit, we're perceived as a failure. This is not true. We have to know who we are in alignment. Of course, at 13, 14, I'm not going to know that. But now, at the ripe age that I am now, if I'm still living out of alignment and I'm still choosing things that don't suit me, when you live in alignment, you will learn how not to choose things for your life that do not fit. You will lose the urge to please others and always compare your life to them, because you know who you are and you know what you want. But so often, so many of us don't have that true alignment, that true self knowledge, that we choose things that truly just don't fit. And so we let things pile up until what? We burn out. We burn out. We are tired. We're exhausted. We can't handle anymore. And we think that we're failures, which actually I have learned that quitting is the opposite of failure. Quitting for the right reasons because you are completely where you shouldn't be is exactly what we should be doing. So what I have learned is burned out people don't need higher standards. They need more honest ones. I want you to ask yourself out loud right now, what do you have capacity for on your worst day? What feels supportive and not punishing? And what could I repeat even when I'm tired? And that's where you need to start. You need to start at that basic of a level to figure out what you can take on, what you need to delete. You know, what is feeling heavy in your life right now? Look at that. Take a very hard look at that and ask yourself why. Why does this feel so heavy? Why does this feel like such a burden? Does it need tweaking, or do you need to just let it go and quit? It's okay to quit. It's okay to start over. It's okay to not add one more thing to your plate. It's okay to start deleting things off of your plate. Actually doing less with more intention, that's true success and probably going to lead to a lot more happiness than taking on one more resolution, one more goal, one more thing that society or whoever tells you that we should be doing. Because when we build from alignment, we will always grow. And if you've quit before, be curious, not critical of why you did it. Because, let me remind you, it is your life and it is your career, and you can define it your way. I'll see you in the next video.